Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. You already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. It is Real Housewives of Potomac reunion part 1. I did it up a little bit. I said for the reunion I was going to try to be like the girls and wear yellow every week of the reunion. I so far have 2 yellow outfits. I ordered a third one, just a simple shirt, just to follow the theme. So I hope it gets here in time for part 3. But this is one of my favorite shirts just because of the drama of these organza sleeves. Like, this how y'all rock a reunion look, girls. You keep it simple, and then only one thing is flashy. Like, y'all dresses were crisscross, too many beads, too much fluff, too much. You keep it classic. A nice V, a nice little plunge. And then I'm giving you drama sleeves, okay? No, for real, this is one of my favorite shirts. I just happened to order it in gold a long time ago just because I love the sleeves. But anyway, let's get on to the reunion looks. First off, let's just give an overview of the reunion. This reunion gave me everything I needed it to give. Karen Huger is the star of this reunion. Karen is also my fave. Let me put my phone on vibrate real quick so it won't interrupt me. Karen is also one of my faves. If you all were not on Twitter with me last night, you missed out. Those reactions were real, they were true, and I was going off. I was applauding. I was having my life on Twitter. We all had a good time on Twitter last night. So if you want reactions, real-time reactions, follow me on Kiss My Cheeks TV over there on Twitter. But Karen won the reunion. Hands down, she kept that stiletto shoe to Gizelle's throat all night. And I was here for it. And then she tapped her girl Monique in. But let's get into the reunion looks. I already did a video of the reunion looks. They were the pictures that were posted on Instagram. I have changed my mind on probably 50% of my first opinion, just because a lot of the dresses do look a lot better sitting than standing. And a lot of people's hair and makeup probably was airbrushed or something on those Instagram pictures, where on the reunion and that reunion light, a lot of people looked a mess. Oh my God. Let's jump into it real quick. Monique, I feel the same. I said she was gorgeous then. Before, she was still gorgeous. Ashley, I feel the same. Girl, you looked a mess on Instagram. You looked a mess on the reunion. The only thing I noticed a little bit more about Ashley was the red highlights at the bottom of her hair. I did like that, but that was it, girl. That was it. Karen's dress looks better sitting, only because you can't see that overlay of lace standing. Her dress did look better sitting. I did not like that I could see your bra, Karen. That's the only negative I have for you right now. I know sometimes your bra could peep through, but Karen, and I know it was a clear bra, but I just feel like if you need a bra, I don't care if it's a flesh tone bra, a clear bra, a strap, whatever kind of bra you have on. If you need a bra, your garment needs to stop right before. Like, what I have on right now is a perfect plunge. I love this kind of plunge. I have on a deep plunged bra, but I will never wear a shirt that plunges lower than where my bra stops, because I don't want my bra to show. If you want one of them plunging shirts that go all the way down to your navel like the young girls have, and this ain't no aging thing, because a lot of women get them fake ones that sit up for many, many decades. But my whole point is, if you want something that plunges all the way down, you need to have the type of titties that will hold them up. That looks like, if you have the type of titties that need a bra, you need to wear the kind of garment that accommodates a bra. I don't want to see the bra. I gave that too much. The one thing I noticed about Karen last night that I loved so much were those earrings. They look like some kind of starburst posted earrings that kind of shine through those little golden little flyaways she had coming down. Karen looked gorgeous. Karen, she got the second best hair and makeup of the night. Gizelle, felt the same. Like, I didn't like her look on IG, and I still don't like it now. Robin, I take everything I said about Robin back. I thought Robin looked okay over there on them IG pictures, but when I got the close-up in the real lighting of that hair and makeup, Robin, you looked a hot ass, full ass mess. What was those skid marks, tiger print, stripes, checkerboards in your hair? It was like you had, if you would have just had a blonde bob and it was all one color, you would have been all right. But what was that yellow, then black, then brown? Robin, you was experimenting, and the reunion is not the time for it. It's not the time for it, and you're not that kind of fashionista to pull it out. You are not no Nicki. You ain't no Cardi. You can't pull off no tiger print hair at a reunion. No, ma'am. Robin looked a hot ass mess, and that makeup on camera looks a hot ass mess. It was too much. It was too much. Wendy, I said Wendy looked a mess then, and she still looked a mess. I hate the dress on period. I hate that dress. I said you had a picture and that was airbrushing. See, airbrushing, that Facetune, oh, that Facetune is a thing. It will get you fooled out here on these Instagram streets. Wendy looked amazing in that Instagram picture, but on camera, your hair still was cute. You still had good hair. But that green winged shimmer eyeshadow was a hot ass mess. Green and gold, not your color combination. And then you had on way too much highlight, so your face just looked a glittery mess. And you know I love me some highlighter. I can't talk about nobody, but you looked a glittery mess. Candace, I love that dress sitting. Like that bow with the titties sitting up. I said, Candace, you look good. It was too much breast glitter. It was too much right here. But I loved Candace. Candace wins best hair and makeup for me. Like, it was flawless. I loved it. And a shout out to Candace. I know this is going to be long because we already at 7 minutes and I'm giving the shout outs. Shout out to Candace for that movie, The Christmas Lottery. I don't dislike Candace. I just dislike her mouth and some of her ways. But the only reason I watched that movie over on BET is because Candace was in it. And I wanted to see what Candace was going to give. And that girl from Greenleaf was in it. You know, Basie's wife. And I like her too. So I watched it. Now I did fall asleep 2 times and I deleted it. I ain't gonna go back and watch it because once you get the gist of what it's about, it's a Christmas movie, a lottery ticket, you know, something cheesy for the holidays. But Candace, you did a great job. Acting is a good pivot for you. And you got that over all these ladies. Ain't none of these ladies did nothing. You did a great job in that movie, Candace, and your singing was good as well. And I did download the song on my Tidal, and I give you plenty of streams in the car. I like that remix. Moving on. We get to Gizelle first in the flashbacks of the looks. Most people look the same. One thing I'm gonna say about Gizelle and her flashbacks of her looks, when you season 1, when you was wearing your natural hair, or you was probably wearing a sew-in with your natural hair leave out, that your hair looked so much better before you got into these dusty, rusty wigs. Like, I know a lot of people, my real hair is braided down too. I understand it. A lot of people braid their real hair down and put the weave in to protect their real hair. I understand it. I get it. Yes, ma'am, Gizelle. I'm just saying your real hair look better than the wigs. And if you insist on wearing the wigs, make nice with Karen so she can give you a couple. Okay, that's it. Let's move on from that. We talk about Gizelle's fashions, and that was the first set of reads. Karen told Gizelle that during quarantine, she has been having a good time looking at Gizelle's awful fashions on Instagram. And Gizelle said, that is your opinion, Karen. And I happily tweeted out, no, that's everybody on Twitter's opinion. Like, I did not see one person that disagreed with Karen. I think, you must have blocked, like, have you blocked everybody on Twitter? Do you not see that people read you for your fashions every week? That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Um, Wendy gave you a compliment. It was kind of backhanded shade, but she said, "You are so pretty. You don't have to try that hard." And I said, "Wendy, stop. Gizelle, you cute. You alright. I mean, we've seen better." That's all I'm gonna say. Like, she ain't all that. Because if she was all that, she could probably hold on to a man. But we'll get to that at the end of the show. But your attitude, your nastiness makes you so ugly. And so since you are so ugly on the inside, bitch, you gotta try. At least try to have on some fly fashions. If you're gonna be nasty on the inside, at least have your fashions look good. I agree with Candace. Girl, you got all this money, you so fly. Just hire a stylist for one day. Try it out for one day, girl. I really feel like if Gizelle got her little stylist, even if you only did it for filming, even if you only hired your stylist for filming, you can come out here and slay some fashions, Gizelle, and shut everybody up. But at the end of the day, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What Gizelle likes to put on is what she likes. And if she likes to let her dress that way, not everyone likes to dress alike. But moving on from that. They asked who the best dressed on the cast was. A lot of people said Karen. Candace said herself. Monique said, I want to say Karen and Candace. Look, hands down, to me, based on how I like to dress, Candace and Karen win best dressed to me. Because Candace is very fly with it, but well put together. Like, I love everything, how Candace puts all her accessories. I love how Candace puts a total look together. But Karen is probably more what I would wear to work because she's a little bit more conservative. So I like Candace and Karen the best. We get to Professor Wendy, and we're gonna make this real quick because I'm one of the ones that does not like Wendy. I understand people be like, it's a cultural thing. Nigerians value education, and I understand that, but I feel like everybody value education. Hell, both of my parents were educators. You know, at some point they started their careers off as teachers. So education was valued in my house too, but I don't want to go down that road because I'm not familiar with the Nigerian culture. But what I will say is, congratulations on your 4 degrees. Let's dead that. What Ashley said is true. You do use your degrees to make other people feel like they're less than you because they don't have it. And you started a whole conversation with Karen about you was better than her because you got your degrees and she ain't got shit. And I told you in that video before, Wendy, that you may have 4 degrees, but you sitting at the same table Karen sitting there trying to get that same slice of pie of the Bravo money. Like, to me, somebody with 4 degrees and teaching at the Johns Hopkins University, why you ain't happy with that? Like, you and all your smarts, elite, you so much better with your 4 degrees. Why you want to just come over here on reality TV and be shady with a bunch of bitches that ain't got what you got? I ain't trying to say that she is better than anybody. I'm just trying to say y'all all sitting at the same table. So obviously, whatever I did without my degrees to sit at this Bravo table, all you did was waste a whole bunch of student loan money because we all eating at the same table right now. Moving on from that. I didn't like how you let Gizelle slide with that floozy comment because Karen didn't call you a floozy. Gizelle added that on. And I said, Wendy, for you to be so smart, you are hella dumb when it comes to Gizelle. You are Robin 2.0. All Gizelle has to do is wind up that little thing, and you like one of them Tinker toys that let me attack Karen, let Gizelle want me up, let me, like, bitch, all Gizelle has to do is mention that Karen said something about you, and you, for 1 second in your smart brain, can be like, why is Gizelle the only one that has to tell me what Karen says? Karen has no problem telling you shit to your face. Let's move on from that. I'm giving Wendy way too much. Let's talk about the colorism point of the show real quick, because Wendy had pissed me off there a little bit too. We all, as African Americans, know what colorism is. We know that as a stereotype, they do like to say, if you put a light-skinned woman next to a black-skinned woman and they ask you which one is aggressive, we've seen the study where most people will say the dark-skinned woman is aggressive. I understand that. And that is a problem. That is something that needs to be talked about. But as far as Candace, Ashley, Wendy, Monique, Karen, all of them, this is not the case. This is not the case. At that lake house, when you attacked Ashley, someone who you only met for 2 minutes, calling her all kind of broke bitches, her husband can't afford her phone, she was also a roach. Like, you called Ashley all kind of shit at that table. You were aggressive to her. My phone is going off. I'm happy I put it on the vibrate. You were going off on Ashley in an aggressive manner. So, because Ashley is light-skinned, she can't say, you were being aggressive to me. You were being ferocious. You were. So we got to go looking at the thesaurus. And I ain't going to do it. And figure out what other word we can use besides aggressive to describe you being aggressive. That's what you want us to do. Now, I understand. I agree. It's a conversation that continuously needs to be had so we can dead the colorism thing. So we can dead it. But this was not the case. And I loved how, was Andy or somebody said, well, if we can't say a dark-skinned woman is aggressive when they're being aggressive, what can we say? Like, what word do we use? And Wendy, you were so smart, you were stumped. And you was like, well, just like a child, we have to explain to them that this behavior isn't right at this time. And we just have to think of another word to say. No, bitch, you were being aggressive to me. Calm that shit down. And it is what it is. If you don't want to be called aggressive as any skin tone woman, don't be aggressive. How about that? Instead of us having to carry around a thesaurus and figure out what we can say to your ass because you want to apply the color, you want us to use colorism as an escape for your behavior. And no, ma'am, I'm still gonna put it on you. We ain't about to do that. If you, 4 degrees, don't want to be called aggressive, try not calling this lady a bitch in the first 2 minutes that you meet her. If you don't want to be called aggressive, don't tell her that your kind, you still ain't explained what kind that is, but your kind have to call me Dr. Wendy. If you don't want to be labeled as aggressive, don't fucking be aggressive. Point blank and period. And I'm done with that. And I also like how Monique threw it out there because Candace was chiming in. I ain't write down what Candace said. But well, maybe we can just call them hood rats and ghetto because that's what they call me. And I was clapping at the TV. I'm like, yes. Why ain't nobody checking Candace ass? See, Candace can say whatever the fuck she want to say, but it's okay because she talking to Monique. But since Ashley was talking to Wendy, Ashley got to get a thesaurus out. Fuck that. Moving on. Candace, what segment we come in with Candace? Andy asked Candace to compare her song. I already told you I like the song Untitled, but I can't think of the name of it for nothing. To Ashley's song, Coffee and Love. And the first thing I said, what the fuck is Coffee and Love? I don't recall Ashley having a song. Maybe she did. Both of y'all struggle on the vocals. Both of y'all need a little bit of auto-tune. Ashley, just go get you a go-go beat so you can get you a hit too. Quit hating. Moving on. Andy told Candace, you are a disaster on Twitter. And Candace said, thank you. That's the bullshit I'm talking about. That mouth. I want to know, question for the comments. somebody is coming at you on Twitter, and mind you, these are strangers, and mind you, people, you know, I talk on Twitter all the time. People come and say bullshit to me all the time on Twitter because they don't agree with something I said. And do you know what I do? Because I'm a 42-year-old woman and I ain't got time to be running my pressure up, arguing with a stranger. Half of them ain't even got no picture on their profile. You know what I do? I keep scrolling. I keep scrolling. I don't have to respond because somebody says something. Like, I've been called all kind of bitches, fat bitches. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. People say the meanest shit in the comments and on Twitter. But you know what you should do, Candace? Just keep the fuck scrolling. You don't have to hit them back. Because you don't know these people. These people ain't paying none of your new house note. They ain't paying none of your new college tuition. So why the fuck do you feel the need to respond? Even if it's Monique, what is Monique doing for you? See, you would win the game if everyone is attacking you on Twitter. Ashley, Monique, you know, the girls attacking you on Twitter. If you let them kill themselves and you don't respond, then they gonna look like the dummies. And then people may start reading them. But because you hit so low, people only see your hits. And like Gizelle said, it's under the belt. It's too much. And I agree with Andy. Candace, if you will find yourself being so much happier when you let that Twitter shit go. Because it don't matter. I refuse to argue with somebody I don't know. I refuse. Let's move on. Because I want to get to the good stuff. Most of this shit is pointless. We almost at the Gizelle turn. Let's get there. Shout out to you, Candace. Real quick congratulations on going back to school, getting your MBA, and purchasing a house with your husband. You ain't even have to tell no bitches that your mama ain't paid for it. I don't give a fuck if your mama bought you a brand new house. It's yours. It's yours. And them bitches that's mad that they got to spend their Bravo check on their house. Because let me tell you, big, beautiful house. But my in-laws gifted us with the down payment so we can get it. So who gives a fuck who put what where? Guess who name on it? That's all the fuck that matters. You should have cussed them out way back then. And see, that's your problem. You should have never even told them. You ain't have to explain how your mortgage is broken down. What percentages is paid by who. That ain't none of their fucking business unless they planning on sliding a couple dollars on it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, congratulations on all that. Moving on. It's Gizelle's turn. And this all I gave a fuck about all episode. It opens up with talking about her decor. And Gizelle says her decor, I forgot what she said, but Karen said or not. Gizelle must have said she had some good decor, and Karen said or not. And she said that's your opinion. And then Karen opened it up with my favorite shade. Well, this wasn't my favorite, but she opened it up with saying the theme of Gizelle's house was Ronald McDonald. And I lost it. I was like, it sure is. It sure is. But mind you, I don't too much dislike Gizelle's house. I told y'all many a times that if I wasn't married, I would have a hot pink wall somewhere in my house too. Like, I was lucky enough to compromise with these. It's called oxblood, but like a really deep burgundy wall. I was able to get one room that color. But I would do the same shit. I would probably have a hot pink wall somewhere too. I don't dislike it too much. It is a little bit like, just stick with one hot pink wall and then accents. It is a little bit too much, but moving on. Then we go into Every Hue. And she comes up with the answer of Every Hue is out of business right now because her manufacturer got shut down during COVID. Now, I thought Every Hue was out of business. Like, COVID wasn't during Potomac filming. Like, they start filming before, COVID hit. So, why wasn't it in Target all that time before March? And then How out of all the because you know I love some makeup. Out of all the makeup in Target, out of all the makeup in Ulta, out of all the makeup in Sephora, all the makeup around the world, I love me some makeup. I follow tons of makeup on Instagram. You telling me only your manufacturer went out of business for COVID? You telling me every hue couldn't jump over there to the Maybelline manufacturers, the Color Pops, the Fenty? Your girl Riri, you know she loved Potomac. She couldn't put your thing up on her little production line for a second. Like, miss me with that. Ain't no, trust me, during quarantine, I ain't bought shit but makeup. Been sitting in this room playing in all kind of makeup. You telling me every other brand during COVID is releasing some. I done just bought all the new Fenty gloss bombs. The cream glosses, I done just bought all the new Fenty. So you telling me Rihanna can come out with some new gloss bombs every 2 weeks, but every hue can't come up with that same damn foundation that make you look ashy? Moving on, but that was a good excuse. Like, you really worked on that one, but I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it. So then she goes to say she can't go to Atlanta to strengthen her relationship with Jamal because Atlanta is the center of the COVID. Like, they numbers are outrageous. But you had your ass at Cynthia's wedding. You can't go be with your man, but you can go look at Cynthia marry her man. Girl, miss me with all of the foolishness. Now, Karen is all in Mama Joyce's streets. Karen said the streets are talking. Gizelle, is this really your man? Because Andy asked about Jamal again. She was like, look, we done heard in the streets that Jamal got 6, 7 baby mamas, and one of the baby mamas done just popped out a baby while he was with you on your watch. That was on your watch. He done just had another baby. So are you really with this man? And would you stay with a man that had a baby on you? And I'm like, Andy, why you ask that? You know the answer is yes. You know it's yes. She stayed with him during all the cheating in the engagement. She stayed with his ass during all the baby mamas and cheating the first few years of her marriage. I don't know why she left them. I guess she was just truly, truly embarrassed. And she thought we was going to forget. But no, because he still, I don't know if he popped out a new baby or not. But I heard the same streets, you know, that Karen heard. I heard the same tea. But she ducked and dodged that question. Like, well, if Karen doesn't care, I don't care. I'm like, bitch, but did he pop out a baby or not? So Gizelle is now stumbling over her words. And I forgot to mention at some point of the show, she said Karen's Geritol kicked in. And Karen said, bitch, you a hard 50. I didn't know Gizelle was 50. I would have gave her about 40. I would have thought she was in her 40s. But she always looked 50. Like, bitch, you look a hard 50. And then they was trying to make fun of Karen having her work done. And I said, how are y'all shading Karen for her plastic surgery? I said, Gizelle, you the main bitch who needs to be asking for a referral. Like, because you had all of this double chin. I know I got one, but I'm big. You know, I'm thick. Your ass got all this double chin. I ain't even got the rings. You got about 6 rings around your neck like the damn planet Saturn. But you got the nerve to be mad at Karen because she put a little something on her nose. Karen look good. But let's move on. Because now, after, you know, Karen's foot got a little bit tired staying up there on Gizelle's throat. So she had to say, Monique, I'm going to tag you in. You come get a turn. And put your foot up there now. Let my foot down and get a rest. Put your foot up on the neck now. So now Monique chimes in and said, well, look, I got the text messages. Because I already know this is a fraudulent ass relationship. See, look, the pastor, because he's dating another pastor, said, why do I have to even come in town if you're going to be spending time rekindling things with Gizelle? And she said, I got all the screenshots. I got the phone numbers. I got the pictures of him laying up in her bed. I got the dates. So it was during filming. So I got the tea right here, and everybody like, oh, she been waiting to drop this tea. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, she been. This is the perfect time to drop the tea. It's the reunion. And so Gizelle is squirming in her seats. She ain't got nothing to say. And she's like, I don't believe nothing on them pieces of papers. And she's like, well, let me tell you the number. It's 401. Why isn't it 404? But maybe 401 is Baltimore. I don't know, because I still got 404 because I love my Atlanta number, even though I ain't in Atlanta. But anyway, and she read out the number, and her face, her face when Monique was reading out that number was like, shit, like Gizelle isn't quick with it. Gizelle is not quick with her comebacks. That's why she needs Robin. That's why she needs a Wendy, a Candace. She needs the people that she can wind up to fight her battles because she ain't quick with it. She not quick with it, and she was not prepared. And I don't understand how you could have a fake ass relationship and not be prepared with your story for how to defend your fake ass relationship. So Monique is calling out the number, and she was just like, yeah, that's his number. And I was like, bitch, see, that's why you a dumb bitch. I would have never confirmed. See, the way how you ignore, I wouldn't have said nothing. You don't have to confirm or deny it. People believe it anyway. Like, Monique didn't even have to have no papers. She didn't have to call out Jamal's number. Monique didn't even have to have that binder. I was believing the shit anyway. So I would have just looked to the side like Monique wasn't even talking, and would have went to Andy and would be like, next, what else? I'm not even addressing this. But see, you the dummy who confirmed that was his number. So I'm like, yes, this is all true. This is all true. Now Robin chiming in. What's your motivation behind this, Monique? And I'm like, bitch, the same motivation you and your dummy bitch just had, your friend just had, for trying to get this storyline and this trainer. And I can't wait for Chris Samuels to come out and read all of y'all asses. I can't wait for part 3. And I want Chris to go all the way the fuck off on all y'all bitches. I can't wait to see that. And so now Candace is chiming up, well, why you gotta do this and this and that? And I'm like, bitch, you the main one who need to shut up. Because is your vision good? Don't you see she got everybody a tab? Shut up before she flip over to your tab. And I hope she do, because what the fuck we gotta say about Candace? Where are the receipts for that? But see, Candace quick with it. Candace quick with it, but she needed to shut the fuck up. So the best read of the night, because, you know, Monique done folded up her binder. She was like, you sitting over there with your fraudulent ass relationships. Your kids ain't even happy to see you in this relationship. And I said, ooh, yes, because we done all seen them kids. They ain't here for it. She was like, you got a different man at this reunion every year. You can't never keep no man. I hope he's sitting behind you this year. And then she called him the pastor holy whore. And I just was like, Monique. Oh, it was good. And then Karen said, okay, I break long enough, Monique. Let me put my foot back up there. And Karen was like, so Gizelle, is Jamal coming to the reunion this year? And Gizelle was like, no. And Karen said, of course not. He lives on your phone, bitch. I've been waiting 5 years for somebody to read Gizelle her rights, because I agree with Karen. You want us to put our relationships all on TV. You want to know all of our business. Who am I fucking my husband good or not? If I like his dick or not. If he over here with the lie, what's the name? Lauren Lyles, whatever that girl name was. You all up in Ray and Karen shit so you could poke fun and make fun and bring up their tea when it don't need to be brought up, but can't nobody say shit about you. Now Jamal got this assistant in this schedule. You was all on the show talking about you got to call and confirm his schedule and all this and all that. You telling me, because I know for a fact they ain't filmed this reunion on no Saturday. They could film this reunion on a Wednesday, a Tuesday, whatever day you needed for Jamal to show his ass up and have your back at this reunion. Your man. That's all I got to say. I can't wait to see them give it to her some more because she ain't break down crying yet. And I'm looking forward to it. And I know it ain't right. We shouldn't have pleasure in watching someone have a breakdown and get read to filth and all of that. All of that. Like, we shouldn't find pleasure in that. But I do. Because Gizelle is someone who picks and picks and picks and stirs the pot, carries the bone. She puts 20 on 10. She want to have her guard dogs, Robin and Wendy, go off on Karen and Monique all season. For 4 seasons since Monique been on the show. I'm not mad at it. And I will find pleasure in it. Read me in the comments if you dislike. But I feel like all the Gizelle lovers don't watch me. Because by now, after all these years, you should know I don't like her. She is the one reality TV personality that I truly, truly, truly dislike. I don't want to support nothing she has to do. I told you, Portia, I would watch a little chat show on the Bravo, but you put Gizelle ass on it. Like, I don't want to support nothing she has going on. I don't like to see her. I don't follow her on Twitter because I don't want to see her face on my Instagram or my Twitter. So she's just someone whose personality I don't rock with. And all the energy that you all, Monique, that you gave Candace all season, I wish you would have pulled that wig of Gizelle's. But you really would have been off the show because she would have acted a complete, you think Candace was a victim. But let's move on. That's the end of the episode. I will be back for part 2 and part 3. We'll be rocking some new yellow, showing these bitches how to wear some yellow. They ain't ball gowns, but hey, I do love a good yellow garment, but you gotta find yellow that matches your skin tone. You know. All right, y'all. It's getting too long. Like, comment, share. Go ahead and hit subscribe. The Atlanta girls are coming up. I'm getting ready to do the Atlanta review next. I got some shit to say about that too. So I will see y'all next week, okay? Bye.